You know, it's natural to eat meat. Are you starving yourself? You look like a rabbit. You're only eating plants and vegetables. Like, you're definitely gonna fail this challenge. Don't you want a piece of meat? Of course, guys, this is not the vegetarian diet at all. This is a zucchini, by the way. Hello y'all and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna talk about being a vegetarian for already 2 years. For the record, I don't wanna influence anybody. This is just telling my experience and why I became a vegetarian and maybe some tips for the people who wanna live the vegetarian lifestyle. So please, no pressure to be like anybody. What you can expect on my channel is mainly like vlogs and poetry and also some videos about a tongue foam. So if you want to check that out, go check out my whole channel. I've got some more videos and let's just get started with this video. Okay, so first section of this video, why have I become a vegetarian? So I think it was September 1st, 2022, so like actually already more than 2 years ago that I decided to go vegetarian. And I think there are actually two reasons why you could go vegetarian, but the main reason for me was like climate change, because of course meat production, it requires a lot of water. It also produces a lot of CO2 and also methane with cows. Plus for the area animals live on, forest needs to be cleared, so deforestation was also a reason that made me go vegetarian. And fourthly, I think that a lot of the food that's going to the animals right now could also go to humans with less food, so I think we could solve a little bit of world's hunger problem. But of course, animal cruelty was also a part of my decision, because of course, as we all know, animals are not always treated well. Like, animals suffer a lot when they get slaughtered, and of course they try to minimize the pain, but we all know that the stress that's going around the slaughterhouse is so high, and the animals of course feel that they're gonna die. So why didn't I go full vegan then? Because of course like egg production, milk production also requires a lot of pain and stress for the animals, but I will explain that later on in the video because it has all to do with vitamins. How can we eat this, guys? That's so impossible, so unbelievable, so harmful, in my eyes at least. And of course, I'm not denying that eating animals is natural, but I think the whole process that we create our meat is just unnatural. Like, food doesn't get made in fabrics, food doesn't live in a 1 square meter area. Animals deserve rights too, and the way we harvest them right now is just a wrong way in my eyes. So how have I made the changes? As you guys know, I'm a very impulsive guy, and of course this decision was also very impulsive. I think the week before I became a vegetarian, I said to my mom, next week, 1st of September, I'm gonna be a vegetarian. And since then, I haven't eaten a single piece of meat for over 2 years. So for me, it works to be impulsive and say, that's my goal, that's what I wanna do, that's what I'm not gonna do, and that is me. Accept it like it is. But of course, guys, this is not the way we should handle everything, and I think for some people it might be better to become a vegetarian step by step. Like, for example, instead of eating 7 times a week meat, then go to 6 times and then 5 times and then 4 times until you basically become a vegetarian. And I think this will make people be vegetarian for much longer. Except if you're really a die-hard vegetarian and you're saying like, no, I'm not gonna eat any more animals, and you really love animals, you hate cruelty, I think that you can make the impulsive decision too. The point is though, you really gotta want it, you know? And one more thing, in the beginning I ate a lot of meat substitutes because my mom thought I should have some replacement of my meat. So yeah, in the beginning I really ate a lot of meat substitutes, but I didn't really like it. So I actually almost don't eat that anymore except for anniversaries or special events, but otherwise I won't eat it anymore. No meat substitutes needed. Look how beautiful the sunset is though, and that train on the background annoys me every single time. No hate though. Okay, so now I will go over my personal experience, finally maybe, but anyways. In the beginning, I have to be honest with you guys, I really felt bloated. Because I think your body just needs to adjust to the fact that you're not eating meat anymore. And your intake of fibers really rises. Correct me if I'm wrong with this, because I did my research, but I also forgot some things. And I really don't want to make this a scientific video. I just want to go off my own experience and just talk out of love, I guess. Another thing that I experienced in the beginning was that I was tired real quick, and I just believe that this was because I didn't really know what to eat in the day, and that my energy levels dropped because I was just figuring out stuff and not eating the best things, I would say. And I just really needed to figure out what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, and I feel like it has become better after a few months actually. What I also find really interesting is that people get interested so easily. Like when you say you're a vegetarian, everybody gets interested. And when you say you're a vegetarian and you see someone else who's also saying, I'm a vegetarian, instant bonding. Really, guys, vegetarians bond so quickly. I find everybody who is a vegetarian, I know that person. I know everybody who's a vegetarian in my school, in my family, everywhere, because it's just like a bond that you're creating. It's like, oh, you're also not eating meat, and why is that, and how is it going? Can you guys give me some tips maybe? And you're just on the same journey, you're having same values, and that's really awesome to meet other people. And of course, I am convinced that you can still go to the restaurants. I did this in Belgium, and of course I sometimes eat the same things over and over again, but there are definitely plenty of options concerning vegan and vegetarian meals. Two more funny things that I experienced is that I still have hard times with candy. Like, candy contains sometimes gelatin and you cannot eat it as a vegetarian, and I think that I already succeeded that pretty well. But I do have to say that I have eaten candy with gelatin since I've been a vegetarian. And guys, the smell of a roasted chicken, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie to you, it still smells amazing, but I'm not eating it. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna clarify to you guys right now what being a vegetarian actually means, and I should have done that earlier in the video, but I didn't anyways. But being a vegetarian means that you won't eat any meat or gelatin or just any product that has to do with meat or just the blood and the flesh of animals. But as a vegetarian, we still eat eggs and dairy products and honey, for example. Vegan is also another option you could go for. This means that you also won't eat any eggs, no dairy, no honey, and most likely this is just a lifestyle in general, so you'll also not like wear any leather that's made from animals, and it's basically a whole lifestyle. In my eyes, again, in my eyes. So don't judge me if I'm wrong on this, it's just the things that I see, the things that I experience, okay? Also, other options that you could go for is being a flexitarian, which means that you will cut down on meat and you will maybe like eat meat 2 to 4 times a week, I would say. And this just depends on how you're feeling and I think the events that go on in your life. And I think this is also a great option because when we cut down on meat for a few times a week, we already reduce so much cruelty and CO2 emissions in the world. And there are also 2 more diets that I want to talk about for other options, and that is being a pescatarian, which means that you will still eat fish, but you will still not eat meat like a vegetarian, but vegetarians also don't eat fish. And of course they also eat eggs and dairy and honey. And then you can also go for the Mediterranean diet, which is considered as one of the most healthy diets that exist on the planet. And this means that you will most likely not eat any red meat or just like cut down on it so much, and you will eat more oils and nuts and poultry, I think, and fish. And it's like a diet that's most popular in countries like Spain and France and Italy, and I don't know about Greece, but it's also Mediterranean country, so it could be. But I don't really know so much about this diet, so if you want to check out this diet, you should really look it up, because I'm not certain about it at all. Or you can still be a meat lover and eat meat as much as you want to, but I personally don't anymore. And guys, in the last section of this video, I really need to talk to you about nutrients and vitamins. So before you jump into the adventure of being a vegetarian or any diet, I feel you really need to do your research, because you can be as unhealthy or as healthy as you want to. I think it's just very important to just know what you're doing or what you're about to do, because a vegetarian who's eating constantly French fries and pizza and and just like unhealthy snacks, is also not a healthy vegetarian. And someone who eats meat and very varied snacks and vegetables and so much different kind of foods, that person is still healthier than a vegetarian, and then I would not recommend this journey to you actually. Then there's also the fact that your body will take in less of iron, for example, from vegetables than from meat. So when you're eating meat, your body will take in more of the iron that is in the meat than it is, for example, in a vegetable. So be aware that you're taking in less vitamins and that you should like eat a little bit more than the recommended intake. So as a vegetarian, you should really look out for what you're eating sometimes, and the following vitamins or nutrients are some things that you really should look out for, and that are proteins, omega-3, calcium and iron. And I am now gonna recommend some foods that are really high in those vitamins, so that you don't have to look it up anymore, but I really recommend that you do look it up. So for example, you could eat lentils, beans, oats, eggs, milk, corn, seeds, nuts, tofu, tempeh, spaghetti, cheese, quinoa, rice, potatoes, and so much more that is actually still high in proteins or iron or calcium or omega-3. And of course, it's just very important to eat a lot of different kind of stuff, so you really know you get in all the vitamins and nutrients. But there is something I need to tell you guys, and that is that you can only get vitamin B12 from animal products, which means you're gonna need to take extra vitamins if you're not eating any eggs or milk, or just not enough of them. And that's also the reason why I'm not a vegan, and that is because I don't really want to take in extra vitamins. I don't know where this comes from. I believe that all the food I eat should really come from food and not from an extra vitamin pill. So guys, that's why I'm not a vegan, and this is something to take into account, because you really need to figure out for yourself if you really want to take extra vitamins or not. And if you don't, then please be aware that you need to eat enough of eggs and dairy products, because they are the only things that are gonna give you vitamin B12 if you're in a vegetarian diet, because you're not eating meat. And we're coming to the end of this video, so I think overall we can conclude that we just all need to eat very varied, and especially as a vegetarian or a vegan, we really need to look out for our vitamins, but the adventure is definitely worth it and it is possible to achieve. And really know the things why you're doing it for, because that's very important. You need some reason to start your journey. Otherwise, I don't know if you're gonna make it, because you need to be willing. Yeah, you need to be willing. For sure. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate every viewer, and we're almost at 250 subscribers, which means that I'm already at 1/4 of 1,000 subscribers, which is insane. Thank you all so much for watching to this video, and really if you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you want to like this video, go ahead, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much, and I hope I could inspire some people. Please don't hate and love everybody. Peace out.